Today we're going to use Sculpt Nouveau's copper coating with a light green patina over a wood display case. Here's our copper B coating from Sculpt Nouveau, and we always want to shake that up really good before we use it. And here's our light green patina. We could also use Tiffany Green patina, but for this application we'll use the light green patina. Now first we want to coat our wood display case with the copper B metal coating. The copper B metal coating is an acrylic paint with a copper dispersion in it. It's actual ground, finely ground copper powder, which means as the paint dries, it encapsulates this copper and gives a very realistic copper finish. And it also allows us to patina this just like real copper. So once we get the paint applied, we can actually go back and apply a light green patina. Now the critical part to applying the paint here is to apply this in an even coat and then go back to stipple it to remove the brush strokes. Otherwise, the brush strokes once you apply the patina will really stand out. So what I usually do is apply this in an even coating and then go back and stipple out my brush strokes. Now this is the first coat here. Your first coat you want to apply uniformly all over the piece, and then you want to go back and add a second coat. And your second coat is the coat which will actually receive the patina. Your first coat, your base coat here, is just to apply uniform coverage all over your sculpture or display case or whatever it is you're applying the metal coating to. Also a good idea is to shellac the piece before you start. Anytime you're working with raw wood, it's a good idea to apply shellac, just regular bullseye shellac to the wood, so that the paint doesn't soak too much into the wood and you get a more uniform drying time and you get a better bond to the wood. And then you don't have to worry about moisture migrating back through the wood and obscuring your patina. Now you'll notice here I'm going back and stippling over my coating here to take out the brush strokes. A very important step here. If you don't do this step, all of your brush strokes will stand out once you apply your patina. So it's a good idea to go back and very carefully stipple out any brush strokes. You can also use a natural sponge for this part of the process, just to stipple out those brush strokes. But just tapping the brush also works well. It gets a nice hammered copper look. Once you have applied a second uniform coating over the entire piece, you're ready to apply your patina. Very important that you don't allow the second coat to dry. If it dries, you're not going to get a good reaction with your patina. So keep in mind this is still wet here, not completely damp, but slightly wet. And I'm giving this a light spray of the light green patina that I put in a spray bottle here. After you've sprayed a light coating of your light green patina, you'll start to see the oxidizing reaction occurring. And here we're getting our light green patina forming over the course of about an hour if we have a nice humid day. Now once your patina has hit the point where you like it and the paint is dry, you're ready to apply the satin permalac. This is a UV inhibitor and corrosion inhibitor spray, and this will keep the patina from turning or changing color any more than it already has. And you'll notice it will darken up the green just a little bit. So you always want to allow your patina to turn just a little bit more than you want it to, and then spray your permalac, which will take it back down a notch. Now once we've applied our permalac, we're ready to let it dry. I usually apply 2 to 3 coats of permalac to get a good seal on that, so we're ensured that our patina won't turn. And now we have our finished display case ready for our showroom.